Hey, what's going on, guys? Nova here for my third ever episode on our solo Skyblock series. Last time we left off, I basically finished making the cobble gen, and I explained that I was going to make a video on how to make money. As you see, my money is a little bit higher than it was last time, but it actually isn't that high. If you look over here, you're gonna see I actually have some like starter cobblestone gens that I wanted to show. This is because I just made a guide on cobblestone generators and how they work and how they function. And if you want to watch a video on that, you can see it right here, and you'll get linked to that video pretty much. I also talked a bit about this new cobblestone gen I was working with. It's basically a tall cobblestone gen that just allows you to mine like all the way down and replenish all the ores. And then basically when you end up getting all the way down to the bottom, it teleports you right back up to the top. So you can basically keep going over and over, rinse and repeat, and it just allows you to make like a lot of like passive income when you're not really doing much. Now obviously I've been grinding a lot off camera, even though you can't physically see it. As you see, I actually got the super pickaxe, and it is currently level 5 with 30,000 blocks broken. I've been mining a lot of blocks. I also actually got the mastery sword as well, but I haven't really been using it that much just because I don't have anything to use it on. But in this video we might see if we can get some vexes that we can actually get to use it with. What I did want to show you guys is basically how much ores we have. We have stacks on top of stacks of diamonds and emeralds, and what we're going to do is turn this into as much money as physically possible. So step 1 is I'm going to run through all of these actually, and I'm going to condense them just so they're all into physical block form because of what I'm going to use them with. Yeah, so what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to show you exactly how well this smelter, well, not smelter, but the generator has been working for me. So I'm going to take all the blocks out. Jesus Christ, I just realized we have a lot of blocks. Okay, so I just collected all of the stuff I had, and we had so many diamonds and emerald blocks. I'm going to my PV6. It is an insane amount of diamonds and emerald blocks. And basically what we're going to do, and like this didn't really take that long. It's just like a few, like, I'll say about a day of just like AFK grinding, like while I'm like doing my homework or watching YouTube. I'm just like running through with Super Breaker, and then when I don't have Super Breaker, obviously I do the tall gen, and that's just really what I've been doing for a little bit, and I have so many resources. Another important thing is I'm actually getting like a good amount of sky coins, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the sky coins directly into the generator. So right now I'm at level 8 generator, and I think it maxed at level 15. So I'm not even halfway there to how much I can truly get from these generators. So now what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take all of these blocks that I have. Let's start with a diamond strike, because why not? And I'm going to show you pretty much how to turn these into a bunch of money. Now, the easy thing you can assume is if I go ahead and do /sell, you can see I actually can sell everything in my inventory right now for 2 mil, which I mean isn't that bad, but that's like not even close how much we can truly get for them. Now, what I can do is I can do /ice top. And you see that there's a bunch of like top islands, as I said in the last video, that are actually interested in buying these blocks for the source of like upping their value. I ran through all of the islands just to get like a general idea of like how much they buy their blocks for. And funny enough, I noticed that, where is he? Daddy Purple actually buys them for a lot of money. So here I'm going to visit Daddy Purple's island. You can just do this by clicking I stop and just clicking on the islands, and that's how you actually visit the islands. But you can see that he has like all the stuff like listed, like where stuff are, and the shops to the right. If you go here, you can actually sell diamond blocks to him for 960,000 per stack. Now, compare the fact that this is an entire inventory of diamond blocks and the fact that I was going to sell my entire inventory for 2 mil. This is like such a drastic difference between how much you can actually sell these for. Now, if you don't understand really why they're buying it for this much, that's because they kind of want to buy the block of diamonds. But what happens if I click the block of diamonds and I say I want to buy a stack of block of diamonds, I actually can buy them for 1.1 million. Basically what they do is they allow us to sell the blocks to them for slightly less than how much they would buy it for. That way they're buying it from us for cheaper than they would buy it from the shop, but we're also selling it to them for significantly more than we'd normally sell it for. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sell them physically all of my diamond blocks. So we're going to go here and we left click actually, and there's not enough space in the chest. That's the thing I kind of expected, is when you start selling a lot of these things to them, is they might actually run out of space, or they might run out of money. So we're going to check the other chest, see if this one has, and this one has space in it. So we're just going to spam left click. We're just going to spam left click and see how much we can physically give to him until either he runs out of money or it runs out of space. Now, I'm naturally going to do the exact same thing with emerald blocks, is we're just going to run here and we're just going to see if any of these can sell it to, or if there's enough space in them, and obviously we're going to see just how much we can do until they also run out of space. Now, as I said, I visited like all the top islands, just kind of crunch numbers on how much you can sell each of them for. And funny enough, the next person is actually going to be Stuller. Yep, Stuller. So Stuller's next person you can sell to that actually buys them for a pretty decent amount. I believe it's about 800,000 for each of his. Yep, so each of the diamond blocks in a stack sell for about 800,000. And I'm just going to left click and just like sell pretty much as much as I can to him to get as much money as possible, as well as giving them as many diamond blocks as possible. So beyond that, we're actually going to have the emerald blocks now. And of course, it's a similar concept. You basically want to make sure that you're actually getting like money for each emerald block. Now, I didn't tell you the math on the diamonds before, but the emerald blocks, I'm getting about 14,000 per emerald block, which is really important, because if you look over here to the bulk shop, you actually sell a lot more, but you sell them for less per, and you want to make sure you're getting as much money per emerald block as physically possible. So now I'm going to go here and I'm going to basically sell all the emerald blocks, same thing I did with the diamond blocks, same thing I did overall. I just want to make sure that they get as much as physically possible. Because, yep, whenever I run out of inventory and run out of items, you see I made 50 mil. Just real quick, just by basically selling the blocks. This entire system is like really good, and I made like 50 million a day, because that's how when I made like this whole system is a day, and that's like on and off. Like I had classes yesterday and a bunch of homework to do and a bunch of other stuff. So this is basically how you want to make money when you don't have a lot of time. Obviously, if you do have a lot of time, you can work with stuff like carrot farms and potato farms, but getting this set up as well as maybe a cactus farm can make you a lot of passive money without having to like physically do stuff very often, especially when you have like low attention that you can pay attention. Alright, beyond that, obviously I've also been grinding some other stuff while we've been gone. So if I go to my PV12, you're gonna see I actually have like a bunch of random keys. So, in case you don't know, whenever a vote party happens, it's a new system, you type /VP and you get the vote party crates. And obviously I also have 7 pet eggs, which is what I got from just consistently mining through the miner consistently. I also got 10 vote keys just from like randomly voting, some cosmetic keys, pollen keys, and Neo had a random drop party where he did some skin crate keys, so I did get 2 of those. Now I actually just did my votes and also had a few vote keys stacked up, so now we have 18 vote keys, and there's a lot of things that we can do with these, and we're just gonna have to decide exactly what we're gonna do with them first. So obviously the vote parties are untradeable, so we're just gonna like pop them real quick just to see exactly what we get from them. I want to see how much money I get from them total, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to withdraw all of my money just so I can have a visual representation, see how much I'm actually getting per vote party. So let's test this out. Okay, so I popped everything from the vote party, and I pretty much got like everything in these top 2 rows except for these. I got a bunch of vote keys. I got like 3 vote keys because I had 18 before. We got like, as you see, 2 million. We got a bunch of different tags that we can't really use. I already have all of them already. Some pig spawners, advanced books. It's generally not that bad, but especially for starting out, and just because it's literally free, definitely good to have them, stack them up and then in bulk, just throw them all out. So beyond that, we also have all these pet eggs. And if I do /pets, you're gonna see I actually have a decent amount of pets. I have some zombie pets, penguin pets, skeleton pets, glow squid pets, and I actually have a bunch of souls. And what I need to do is I'm gonna go over, so I do /pets, I do own pets, pet cage. I can actually unlock the slots. I'm actually going to unlock one of these slots just so I can have 2 pets at once. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to activate all these pet eggs and let's see what we get. So glow squid, skeleton, 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 penguin, Reaper. Okay, so Reaper is actually really good, especially for us, because Reaper, remember correctly, actually increases your soul gain. So what we can do is we can use these to increase the soul gain, so we can actually have more of a chance that we can get more souls so we can unlock the 3rd slot. For now, I'm just going to upgrade my skeleton, so you can click this, and it's just going to upgrade them automatically. So now I have a level 4 skeleton pet, which increased my bow damage by 8%, not that bad. And we're going to have a level 3 glow squid pet, which is effectively useless. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do something very important, is I'm actually going to visit, so if you do /ice top, once again, I visit all these people to see what they have, what they like supply, and I'd recommend doing it for yourself, because the people on the ice top are effectively the top 1% of the server, and they effectively control the economy. So it's good to like use their islands as a general reference of what they're doing, what you can do, as well as to basically allow them to skyrocket your progress. So if I go to Xenowrench's island, you're actually going to see that, first of all, if you look, he actually does buy diamonds, emeralds, and netherite as well, but he actually buys them for less than Stuller did with his sign, so you always want to make sure you compare that, see which ones are worth you selling your stuff to, and understand, like, in what order you want to sell until they're filled up. But the important thing over here is that he actually allows us to sell to him or Pel keys or pollen keys and stuff like that. Now, obviously, these are really good items and you don't always want to sell them because they can be of very good worth to you, but there's some things that it's worth the risk. For instance, obviously, he doesn't buy cosmetic keys, and I checked, no one does. They're cosmetic keys, no one wants them. So I'm actually just going to pop all 4 of them whenever I do, just so I can, you know, get them, because no one wants it. There's really no point. Vote keys, though, he actually buys them for a decent bit. So he buys them for 2.4 mil for 4. So since I have 21, I can do that 5 times, and I believe that's about 10 mil I get. So it's not that bad. So basically, I want to compare, is it worth me opening these 21 vote keys, or do I want to get that 10 mil? Yeah, for the most part, I'm actually not going to sell my vote keys just because it can stack up and can become like really good. So you can get stuff like gift cards, diamond blocks, which you can obviously just sell. So I'm going to keep the vote keys just because I feel like I could use more use of them specifically. But the other keys might be a bit different. Hey guys, Nova from the future here, and if you're not really understanding what's happening, basically what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to sell the pollen and the petal keys, and I'm going to use the vote keys. Very soon later, I actually come to regret that, because I didn't know that pollen and petal keys actually had a chance of giving skin keys, which are really good and really busted. So if I do /skins, let me /skins right here, you'll see that there's a bunch of like skins that you can get that are legendary that are really good. Stuff like getting more eggs, more getting infused heads, XP, and these are for all the, well, both of the major like grinding methods, which is mining and slaying. They have some for axes as well for log cutting, but log cutting isn't really worth it yet. I hope it becomes worth it in the future, but for now it's not worth it. And they actually don't have any for hose. I'm not sure why that isn't the case, but I really hope they one day decide to do that. But obviously I decided to sell the pollen and the petal keys, and afterwards I actually came to regret that very much, and I used all the vote keys, which I also came to regret very much. So I may talk a little bit like I'm on the other side of this argument during the video, but just know that you'll see in the video that vote keys really weren't worth it for me to keep and me to use, and the pollen keys were definitely not worth it for me to sell. The important thing I do want to mention though is obviously I did say you could get gift cards from the vote keys. I don't know exactly how these work, and if anyone understands this, please let me know. So I do know in warp crates, obviously it says you can get the 5 gift cards, but it says you can only get it for every 70 votes. Now I know for a fact that I have voted at least 70 times in general. In fact, if I do /votes, you'll see that I have 158 total votes since I've started the server. I can say here, I've never gotten a gift card ever. So my assumption is it could be monthly, and if that's the case, it's pretty easy. You just have to vote 4 times for the next like 17 or 18 days and you will get that gift card. But there's also a lot of other different things related to votes that are confusing. For example, there's vote ranks, which I also believe reset every month, but I'm not sure how this works because it's not synced with my monthly, my daily, or even my total, so I'm not sure how vote ranks work exactly. There's also vote streak, which I'm not sure how that one works because I'm pretty sure I missed a few days of voting unless I just like subconsciously voted and forgot. Then there's also the possibility that it actually registers based on whenever you activate a vote key, and that would be even more confusing to me because I'm pretty sure I've opened at least 70 vote keys because I used to buy them in season 2 as well, and I've never gotten a gift card. So if anyone understands how this works, please let me know in the comments, DM me in somewhere, and I'll make this more available, because I don't think there's enough people that actually understands how this gift card is received, or like anything for that matter. So do let me know, I would be interested. But for the most part, definitely those people buying the keys, you likely understand and know, so do let me know, I'd love to know. And yeah, so petal keys are interesting. So if I left click the petal key, you'll see you can get stuff like spawner generators, sky coins, advanced extreme books, stuff like that. But the most money you can actually get from the petal keys is going to be the 300k banknote. For that reason, I mean, you can get stuff like you can get pollen keys, you can get oil, but generally the stuff you're getting isn't really that good. For that reason, I think it's actually better for us to sell it to him just so we can get the value. My argument would be very similar with the pollen keys. It's the same thing. The stuff you're getting isn't always that good. You can get wither spawners, iron golem spawners, but especially when you have like a lot of money, you end up not really farming withers that much. You kind of want to specify what you want to do, and since vexes are released, you kind of want to put all your focus in vexes anyway. So I personally don't really think it's that worth for us to even open the pollen keys. So just like that, I'm actually going to go over here, and we're going to have obviously the petal key. I'm going to sell that, so that's going to sell for 4 million, and then I'm going to get the pollen keys, and each of those are going to sell for 10 million. So it's a lot of money, and you get that pretty freely, so that's my recommendation. Just go to people like Wrench's Island and just sell them those keys, just because they're buying it for a lot of money. That is, the money is worth more to you than the keys are worth to you. So since lucky enough we actually have these skin keys that we got from the drop party, which is another important thing, make sure you stay online so that when Neo has these random spikes of drops, you get stuff. I'm actually going to use the skin keys, and we're going to pray to God we get something good. So let's try this out. So I'm just going to shift right click here, obviously going to give me a chance, and I'm looking for pickaxe skins because I've been mainly mining. So we got pickaxe skins, but we got a rare and a common. So that's not that good. They don't really do anything. What we're trying to get is legendaries. But beyond that, what we have now is the vote keys, and I'm actually just going to pop all these at once. I like doing them in bulk just because it's really fun, and we're just going to see how much we get. So there's going to be 21, so we'll see how much we get in our first 9. We are going to get, okay, we get 48 emerald blocks. That's not that bad, so that's about 1 million right there already. And we'll see what we get. Ooh, we actually got a lot more emerald blocks. That's 3 million we got just out of the vote crate keys. We'll see. Okay, not bad there, nothing really much, and yeah, that's about it. So we got some random stuff. The important thing we're getting is the emerald blocks. That's 3 million we can get for free. Actually, I'll just do it right now. So if I do /is top again, and then we're gonna visit Stoller, and I'm just gonna fly up top here. Like, we're just gonna make use of it. Like, we just got it, we might as well use it, and we're going to see. There we go. So bop bop bop, there we go. Just got 3 million just for free, just off nothing. Now, that was actually, now you think about it, that's more of an example of like how the money works. It's like, in theory, this is what I got from the 21 vote crate keys. If I wanted to, I could just go to Xenomorph's Island, and when I sold them, I could have gotten 10 million instead of the 3 million I got for that. So it's kind of like that choice, like, which do you want to do? Do you want to try and get good stuff yourself, roll the odds, or do you just want to sell it to them for immediate profit? And that's just how, like, the cost and effect kind of works. So it's up to you. If you want to sell it to them, you'll probably get more money immediately. But if you want to roll the dice, you could probably get something a lot better by just using the keys. And once again, it's up to you. Do you want to gamble? Do you want to try it? It's preference. That's really all it is. So beyond that, I actually also have something else that I have, and that is all of these enchant books. Now, obviously, I've been going non-stop into the black market merchant whenever it's available. I've been rolling trying to get these enchants, and we have a bunch of books. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open all of them. We're going to see exactly what we get, and we're just going to try and make use of the good ones. So actually, we're going to start with the basic enchants. If we do /enchants, obviously you can see a list of all the good enchants, and there really aren't that many basic ones, funny enough, and the ones that are available aren't really that good. The ones I'm trying to look for are Lumberjack, because that's what I'd say is the best basic enchant. Haste is not that bad, but because we have the haste upgrade, it doesn't really matter too much. But generally what we're going to look for is we're going to see if we can try and get Lumberjack too. So I just did all the basic enchants, and basically these are the important ones we got, which are Lumberjack 2, which allows you to break logs instantly, which is good if we want to upgrade login. Unsteady Arrow is not that bad. It gives nausea when you hit an opponent with a bow, so why not? Might as well put in a PvP kit. And then Unsteady Arrow 2 as well. Pretty much every other book here is literally useless or just not really relevant, so we're going to get rid of them. So how we're going to get rid of them is actually going to do /enchants, we're going to do enchantment book scrapping, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drag each and every one of these into here just to turn them back into XP. You actually get some pretty decent value from them. The way it works is based on how high level the enchant is, you can get more XP. So we're just going to scrap all these and we'll get to see how much we exactly get. So just like that, by scrapping books we literally don't want, we just got 80k XP, and that was just off of basic books. We'll see how much we get off the more advanced ones. So now we're going to do the advanced book, and this is going to take a bit longer because we have a lot more stuff. So I'm actually going to do them bulk by bulk just so we can run through them individually. So over here is where I have my PvP sets, and these are just stuff I want to put like on my good gear. So let's say for instance we have Remedy 1 over here. If I end up getting Remedy 2 or Remedy 3, I would just swap it and then scrap the Remedy 1. Down here are the really bad enchants that we don't want regardless, so I'm just going to scrap immediately. Okay, so we got some pretty good stuff here. We actually got Molten 2, which obviously we already had Molten 4, so we're just going to scrap that. And we actually got Preservation 3, which is going to replace our Preservation 1 that we had before. In fact, thinking about it right now, it's actually not worth it at all. We're just going to scrap them just because I've never broken a tool if I'm actively paying attention, and I'm usually moderately paying attention to the durability of my tools anyway. If you want to actually have more understanding of what I'm doing, I actually do have a video explaining the whole process of getting the enchant books, grabbing the ones you have, and then turning the rest into XP. I have that video right there, so you can basically see the general process of what I'm going to be doing here. So funny enough, since that video exists, I don't really feel like I'm going to go through everything. You kind of saw the general way I'm going to be doing it. So I'm just going to run through all these books and we're going to see basically what we get at the end. Right. So I just ran through all the advanced books, and these are basically all the stuff I got for like grinding stuff. So I got Bounty, Experiment, Miner's Dream, Molten, Lumberjack, and that's just generally what I got. In regards to PvP stuff, these are all the moderately high level good enchants that I got. So you got stuff like Curse, Tainted Web, Shockwave, just general stuff that are pretty good for PvP that we want to upgrade in order to put on our gear sets. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to deal with the extreme books. So let's see what we get from these. So once again, same system. I'm just going to open about 8 of them and we're going to put them in sets. So obviously we want to put like our good PvP sets. We're going to put like Disorder, Annihilate. Over there is going to go over on this side. And then our more grindy stuff, which we're going to replace afterwards, we're going to have Soul Hunter on this side. I'm going to run through this with all of these and organize them so that I basically know what I have and I can weigh the pros and cons of each of them. So after scrapping all the bad books and basically taking all the good books, this is kind of what I have left with. So obviously in like my more grindy stuff, we have stuff like Elemental Shot, Crop Duster, Condenser, Soul Hunter, Treasury, Multi-Kill. These are the books that we have here, and pretty much every version of these we keep because maybe someone wants them or we can sell them to people, or even give them people who are newer so they can start grinding more consistently. And then in our next PV, we have like our more PvP stuff. So these are all the higher level of like the good enchants for combat, stuff like Infliction, Disorder, Annihilate, Reflect, stuff like that. I'm basically going to try and put these on our good armor sets and level them up to make that really work. Now the first thing actually is what we're going to do is we're going to mess around with the Vault 11. Is we're going to take all of these grindy stuff and we're going to try and put them on our super pickaxe. So that means that we're going to want stuff like Condenser, Treasury. So this is a better condenser. We'll take this one actually. Miner's Dream's a good one, and I think that's about it. Oh, also Molten. There we go. Alright, so I just rerolled the treasury and got 96%, and then bright scrolled it, so right now it's at 100%. I'm just gonna slap this on the pickaxe. If you want to understand kind of how we do this, once again I have the video up above. If you guys want to like view that, I'll show you just generally how the whole like enchanting system on the server works, and it's pretty helpful. I like the video personally. All the enchants to the pickaxe, just like generally to make sure it's fully good. Condenser, Treasure, Miner's Dream, and Molten 4. Fun fact though, I didn't actually notice until I was editing the video that in my PV, no, it would be PV11, I actually had a Molten 5, and I'm really mad that I didn't notice this, because now I have to overwrite the Molten 4, and if I noticed this before, I could have given you guys the Molten 4 or sold it, and I'm kind of sad about that. It's unfortunate, but you can't really, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the same process I did before. I'm just gonna enchant, I'm just gonna reroll. Actually, I'll show you guys how I did before. So just so you don't have to watch the video, I'm gonna reroll it. I get a 69 here, haha, funny number. I actually want to see if I can get a higher thing, so I'm gonna see if I can get something like, alright, so I got 80. I'm gonna sit with that for now just because I don't really want to waste too much XP. I do have a lot of XP, but I also want to open some extreme books later. So for now, I'm actually not gonna try to high roll it any further. Otherwise, I'm gonna buy some bright scrolls. So that's a 7%, 5%, 8%, and that will be enough to get us to a 100% Molten 5 book. So now we're going to take this Molten 5 book, we're going to slap it on the pickaxe, and now we successfully apply Molten 5. Obviously, it gets rid of Molten 4, feels bad, but what else are you going to do? Now, I do know there has been some bugs in the past when it came to how Molten and Condenser interacted, Treasury, and just in general. If those bugs still exist, I heard all of them has been fixed, but if they do still exist and you know they exist, please let me know. I'd be happy to know. I can do some research later. I was trying to do research with them, but it's kind of hard when you don't have too many books or too many pages of reference. So I'll just rely on you guys or my friends for letting me know when these bugs do exist, or if I figure them out myself, I'll let you guys know, and we'll just have that trading system between us both. Alright, so for the most part, this pickaxe is about done. I want to get higher Miner's Dream, but that's not really that important because XP isn't something you really get from mining anyway. Like, just from the books I got significantly more XP than I got before. And Treasury is really good. I think it maxes at Treasury 6, so I'm going to see if I can get a better version of Treasury. With that in mind, I'm actually going to do a little bit of enchanting, so I'm going to buy... There we go, I'm going to buy 5 extreme books, and let's see exactly what we get from these. So we're going to get Valiant. Valiant's good. That is so crazy, actually, that we get Treasury 5 here. That is insane. Now, we could actually sell this to someone because people might want Treasure, or we could try and get it to Treasury 6 by using the Mastery Crafts. but for now I'm actually going to use it just because I really do want to make as much money as possible from now, and then later we'll invest in the rest. Yeah, so I don't have XP, so I'm not going to be able to reroll it, but I'm going to see if I can upgrade when I get the chance. But that's really awesome because that basically means you have a max super pickaxe. Condenser 3, Treasury 5, and Molten 5 are all the maxes you can get without actually doing the mastery crafts. So for now, I'm just going to put these all in the pickaxe so I can grind up for a bit, like without much concern. And then in the meantime, I'll sell all the ores, make a bunch of money, and then afterwards we'll start doing these crafts. For the most part, that's going to be the end of this video. I know I didn't really do too many new things for this video, and a lot of things you might know is things you've already known or like the basic stuff for the server, but there are some people who actually might not have known that, and I'm happy to let you know. But pretty much I just want you guys to know that if I am grinding off camera, you understand where my money is coming from, because in between videos I obviously will be mining a lot, I'm going to be making other videos, and then I'm going to actually be using the sky coins I get from mining to upgrade the mine until it gets a higher level, then using the additional sky coins to buy books from the black market merchant and basically build up my arsenal of books. So I just want to make sure that when you guys see like my inventory filled with books, I have a bunch of sky coins, a bunch of money, you know exactly where I'm getting this money from, and you could actually join me in also getting this much money. Otherwise, that's about it. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next video, but I have a bunch of like other videos planned. I just want to be sure I'm able to like grind in the background without much concern that you guys will be like, where'd you get all this money from? What's happening? But that's pretty much going to be it for this video, and I'm so happy that you guys are watching. I'm actually really enjoying this. It definitely, solo playing is a lot more fun for me, actually being able to see my buildings build up. In fact, I want to extend, this is my general like build palette I use. I'm going to extend this to the rest of the base and build it around the entire system. But I just want to make sure I have like an efficient area set up and then build everything from there basically. But anyhow, really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm like genuinely having so much fun, and I'm really surprised that this series is picking up the way it is, but I am really happy that it is. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next video, and I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.
Hey, we're out here, trying to get it done. Lost faith for a minute there. Working hard in the hot sun. I'm trying to keep that to myself.